Here we are, closer than we ever were. Heart and soul, who would ever come between us? Fear no God.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are off to such an exciting morning on today. I hope that you have had such a rewarding night. And if you haven't, I hope that you have such a rewarding day. The first thing we're going to do, because I'm Lady Q for you in 2022, is we're going to start with Aunt Mary's Success and Money Oil. So I'm going to put this in my left hand like so. And I'll take my right hand on top and I'm going to rub it in. And gonna rub it all the way up and rub it all the way down. That's our Success and Money Oil, okay? And then, because of the fact that I need to show you something, you can actually use this oil, if you so choose, with your favorite moisturizer. Now, we do have some good moisturizers by Aunt Mary's. I'm getting ready to get up and show you one. I should have been prepared, but you know, such is life. So let me show you what we have for today. We have Aunt Mary's protection, so that if you go out in that world and you think somebody's going to do something to you, trying to do something to you, you can protect your body with this. This is an ointment base, okay? It's an ointment base. It smells exceptionally good. Then we have another one. This is the lotion base, okay? And you wear that for spiritual protection and to keep you out of situations you shouldn't be a part of. But what I went ahead and what I was originally going to get, but I saw this too and thought, you know what, this would be good to show you all. But this is called Aunt Mary's Black Currant Body Moisturizer. Normally, I have this moisturizer for December only because of, it smells so good. A lot of people love this. They look forward to this every year because I don't always carry it. Now, if there's something that you can't find on the website, just shoot me an email and I'll be more than happy to give this to you. Let me go ahead and put this back. I just want to show you that. Keep this in mind. This is an ointment base. This is very good, especially for the wintertime. This is a lotion base. This is very good, especially for the spring and summer. But you can use both products whenever you want to, interchangeably and in different seasons. Now, this body moisturizer, the Black Currant, this is on it for a limited time. So I don't sell this year round. I sell it normally around like Christmas time, after Thanksgiving, or just whatever I feel like really making it, to be quite honest with you. And so we do have these available for you to purchase. And if you don't see it on our Aunt Mary's website, what you can do is shoot me an email. The email information is below, as well as the website information. But hello. I hope that you had such an amazing night. And what's up to you? I am so happy to see you on today. And so we're going to get started. So yesterday, I went to work in another town. And because you know that I am really a social butterfly, I love people. And so one of my clients, they actually had some friends to come over. And, you know, everybody was just having a great time. And it was like one person came over, another person came over, this, that, and the third. And even before they came over, I was told that, you know, I should have brought the kids so we can go to the Chitterling Festival. And I was like, nah, I just up here to work. But you know what? You can't be all work and no play, honey. Because one of the things you find out is that you can get out of balance and get out of order. And so you want to make sure that in all those things that you're doing, that you're enjoying your life. So I make sure, honey, no matter where I'm at, I'm going to get the work done, but I have to enjoy my life so I can stay balanced. You know, they used to have a work, life, family balance, but I've just always incorporated into my life because I know that in order for me to do what I need to do for you all, there's a time and place for everything. Just like in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it talks about to everything there's a season. So, you know, did work, would play. So if you all would be with me a little bit later on, you would notice that I probably will put up either on TikTok or Instagram or some kind of way. Put up some of the pictures that I took yesterday. I had such an amazing time with people who I just met, so, but one thing in particular, I was talking with two childhood friends and they were in their 60s. And then I came back and talked to my bestie. He has a channel called Uncle Daryl. So make sure you check out Uncle Daryl. And he was like, you know what? That's what you need to really give the people. Because as I was telling you, this year, I want to make sure, and moving forward, and even in the past, I always want to make sure I'm giving you all something that you can use, something that's useful to your life that will benefit you. I don't want to give you rubbish so that I can get my ratings up. That ain't gonna work for me. I need you to be able to apply this to your life. So as we was talking and we was cutting up and everything, and I saw, because I'm also Greek, so I saw one of my D9 sisters and her people, and they was getting a little lit and what have you. And I said, I ain't getting ready to ask y'all for no liquor, but we're gonna take a picture. Nevertheless, I am a turtle. That's another thing you need to know. So bloop bloop. I am a turtle, and that is a drinking fraternity that is worldwide, that was started inside of the military and then went on to the Masonic arena too. So I am, and some people are part of it and some people are not, but I am a turtle, been one since I think 2018, and I've been enjoying my turtle life. But nevertheless, we was talking about, he was like, I hope that we ain't got no preachers around. I said, oh, but I'm a preacher. He said, you're a preacher and you having this much fun? Yeah, I'm a minister. I let you sit in peace, honey. And he said, what? I said, yeah, I let you sit in peace. Because at the end of the day, one of the things I learned from my late mother and my late Aunt Chelle is that a leaning tree ain't always the tree that's going to fall first. What y'all say? Because that's a word for you on a Sunday morning. And today I would like to also say that this is my daughter's birthday, and I probably should have put something out there for her, but I can't remember what it is. I'll put it next time. But it's her 17th birthday, so I've had two kids' birthday. If you want to show some love, you can actually send a cash app to me, and I get that forward over to her. Just put in a memo section, Larissa's birthday, or Hoodoo Honcho. You seen her, she has came on the show. She might come a little bit longer, or she might come today, but you never know, because she loves numerology. And she's 17 years old on today, so we want to give her honor on today. But get this, y'all. What I was telling you was that I learned from my late mother and my late Aunt Chelle that a leaning tree ain't always the first to fall. Let me tell you why. So back in the day, I don't know about now, and I ain't get ready to be the one that try to turn people in, because I let you sin in peace, do what the hell you want to do. I'm working on my cousin, but that, I let you do what you want to do, because everybody's giving free will, and you got a choice. You know what you enjoy in your life. You know how you want to balance out your life, and you know if you don't want to balance out your life. I ain't get ready to chase you. I ain't get ready to tell you what to do unless you call me. Let me tell you, I'm one of these preachers. I mind the business that pays me. What you say, Lady Q? Yes, I did. I said I mind the business that pays me. I can see you doing something. And it depends on if I get that unction. And if I get that unction from the Holy Spirit to say, come over here, let me talk to you for a minute, I will. But if I don't, and you ain't asked for my opinion, I know how to keep these mouths shut. You know why? Because a person who has wisdom, they don't always need to share it with everybody that prove that they're either smart or they have wisdom. Sometimes the quietest person in the room is the wisest person. Sometimes when you let people sit in peace, you let them come to you if they feel like it. If they don't, you just leave them be. So let me tell you, this is a story time when I was growing up, and probably somewhere between high school and even a little bit being grown now. I've seen where my aunt and my mother, they would go and chase different people in the family or try to talk to them and try to tell them about living a good life, and you shouldn't drink, you shouldn't do drugs, you shouldn't smoke, you shouldn't do this, and you need to do that. And my Aunt Chelle, she wasn't necessarily a Bible thumper, because you know what, I will tell you this. When she was living and my granddad was living, we had the best parties ever. That's the one thing that I miss about them, is that they were the party people. You know, she took me to my very first club. I'll tell you about that a little bit later. We went to Club 48, and I actually named one of my exes that. But that, you know, that's one of the things. And he was an ex-fiance, but yeah, he was definitely Club 48 because he's 48 years old right now. But nevertheless, they would chase behind these people. And these people in my family, my relatives, they've been living their best life, honey, doing whatever they wanted to do. They were traveling. They you know, one of them went to Jamaica and had a contract and what have you. And then another person, you know, they just stayed at home and they just do what they wanted to do. You know, and at certain point, you know, they like the white lady, I guess. You know, those who know what I'm talking about, they know. But nevertheless, I love them with all my heart and soul and still love them to this very day. But let me tell you something, honey. So, in, I think, I want to say 2018, my mother died. And in 2022, my aunt died. Well, let me tell you about them two trees that was leaning, that they was around there going to different towns and states and stuff for them and been chasing behind them. No, they didn't go. And then the leaning tree still about, and they having a good time. They living their best life. But I ain't been around either one of them in such a while. But nevertheless, they still here. So, excuse me, y'all, for a minute. So I've learned to let people do what they're going to do. Because one thing that my Aunt Chelle used to always tell me, people do what they want to do. People go where they want to go. People love who they want to love. People spend the money they want to spend. They drink up all the liquor they want to drink. They do whatever the hell they want to do because it's their life. So we all know that we have different, I got to turn this off because my sorority sister's going off and talking and stuff. And I put them on mute for a minute. They're good people. I love them. But this ain't time and place for it right now. And I know what's going on. But I'll find out a little bit later. Okay. So they around there living their best life. They've been a lot of nice people along the way. And even, you know, during Thanksgiving, one of them, because they have like a seafood bowl where you have your crab legs, your whole crab where you can fry it. Lord knows, I love the fried crabs. If you ever go near the Conway and Myrtle Beach area, and the seafood, because my Aunt Chelle husband, my Uncle Love, he makes a fantastic seafood dressing. Lord, if I could just have his seafood dressing, man, oh man, oh man, oh man, that is the best. I have not had a seafood dressing that tastes like his, but nevertheless, they taught me to let people just sin in peace. Because at the end of the day, even though I might be a minister, we all have different belief systems in that. You know, I love different paths. I'm more or less ominous. And what that means is that I respect all altars. You know, I will go to your church. I will go to your temple. I'll go and, you know, I'm just not that girl that getting ready to say, well, you got to believe this and that way, because I know that all things lead to the great I am. Okay. If that's what you so choose. Now, I've also had a good opportunity back in the day before the pandemic hit, where I had someone who was atheist who would always invite me to go and speak at the bar in Columbia. And man, I had me such a great time. And I have pictures from that too. And it's like, you don't feel no kind of, no, I'm a turtle. And you know why? I'm going to give you the word. Okay. So this is a little bit of the word for you. Because, you know, this Sunday, and I'm a preacher, but I ain't getting ready to hit you over the head with it. And like I said, I'm this, my breast right there kind of bothered me for a minute, but it's okay. It says in Galatians 6:2, carry each other burdens, and this will be the way you fulfill the law of Christ. Now, let me tell you something. It is true that you're supposed to help one another and carry somebody's burdens and help them and ease their comfort. But it's equally true that they got a song by Kenny Rogers that I absolutely love, is that it's called The Gambler. You got to know when to hold them. You got to know when to fold them. You got to know when to walk away, and you got to know when to run. You never, ever, 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 ever count your money when you're sitting at the table. And that's even when you're being somebody burden barrier. But you know what, even greater for you to know, if you also subscribing to the Christian doctrine, is that Aunt Mary Niece, which is also known as Lady Q, ain't your burden bearer. It says this. It says Jesus is the burden bearer. So I'm gonna do the Christ way. But when I see that you can get to yourself a little bit clearer, I got to start backing away. Why? The reason why is because of the fact that if I carry your load and my load too, and I don't know when to let it go, what can happen is that, you see what happened with my aunt? You see what happened with my mama? Carried too many people's burdens and didn't know when to let it go. I just heard a screeching. So, just like even though I'm a parent, my kids know I ain't get ready to carry that heavy load with so much. Because I remember growing up is that I think they tell you when you're 12 years old or so forth that the mother carried the sins. I got a whole way of looking at sin in a different way. So don't judge me, because one of the things I realized a long time ago, people will do anything to hold you into this little box, this little shell, and try to make you feel bad about yourself so they can make some money off of you. You ain't get ready to do that with me. I enjoy what I enjoy, and whatever it is I'm doing, I'm going to do it to the fullest of my ability, and I hope that you will too, so that you can have such a rewarding day. Because at the end of the day, even when you search the word, it talks about that thing that you think about, especially when you look at the word lust. I think that's where it at in the Old Testament. If you lust in your mind, you have lust in your heart, and therefore you have already performed the lust. We're going to do that shit. Because at the end of the day, you done did it according to that doctrine, but it's either here or there. So the gentleman said, what type of minister are you? I want to subscribe to the great I am, and I'm one that knows to let you sin in peace. Because at the end of the day, we had a Chitterling Festival, people drinking and people having a good time, laughter. Ain't nobody hurting nobody. They having a good time. I'm having a good time. I'm happy to be in the number. I happy to be, how they say, vertical. Happy to be seen. Happy to be heard. Happy just to have good fellowship. And sometimes you have good fellowship with people who like to get the booze. Now tell me that ain't so. I want to hear it ain't so. Because I ain't never saw a party that had that and you ain't had no good time. But nevertheless, so my recommendation is that, it's good to carry somebody heavy load. But they got a song about heavy load. But it's even better to know who is the burden bearer. I ain't your burden bearer. I might do some spiritual work for you if I so choose. Keep that in mind, if I so choose. Because one of the things I let my client know and her friends, I don't do work for everybody. Why? Because if I know that either you're not going to pay attention to what I'm trying to tell you, you're not going to follow the instruction, why am I going to get my life, my body, my mind, and everything all out of whack and out of balance to help you, and you want to help yourself? I'm only helping people who want to really get the help and who want to help themselves and can follow directions. I'm not going to be texting you all day. I'll might send you the link if I so choose. But overall, everything you need is right there on the website at auntmaryniece.com. And if you have a question, you can definitely contact me on auntmaryniece@gmail.com. My clients, old, present, and in the future, they will tell you, I will not be on the phone with you unless you have a consultation. There's no reason for me to interrupt my day. I have a family. I have other things going on, and I have to make sure that I have the work and life balance, so that when I'm telling you that you might need to create a work and life balance for you, you know that I'm the first partaker. And I'm mindful of my time, which means is that I believe investing in people, places, and things. I don't believe in wasting time. If I feel like I'm getting ready to waste my time, I back away all the way out, because it don't make no sense to me. You're not getting ready to waste my time and waste your time. You can waste your time, but not mine. My time is valuable. That's something that you can't get back. And I look forward to helping people. I love when people come to me and they get the results that they want. But get this, they have to follow directions. You can't just say, okay, well, I'm coming to you and I'm going to get this. Okay, but there is a process. You can't just say, okay, You know, in a good church, sometimes they want you to believe it, to name it, and to claim it. But get this. The word says, faith without works is dead. Yeah. Did Lady Q say that? Yes, I did. The word says, faith without works is dead. Because you can have what you say, but you got to put some action behind it. And get this, and I ain't get ready to do all the work. This is your issue, but I'm going to help you resolve it if you want to. And you know, one of the things I also find out doing this work and advertising, because it used to be that people found me through word of mouth, you know, because that works a whole lot. Trust and believe that, you know, and I found out through being these social media streets that sometimes people just don't want to get the help. They don't want to change their life. They want to keep on keeping on the way that it is, and just when they see me out and about, oh, can you pray for me? No. Go to your pastor. My ministry is not that. Why? Because I'm believing wasting my time. My ministry, because there are some universal laws that are in effect. Now, some preachers will tell you, and sometimes they'll get you all emotional about playing, you know, that shouting music and stuff. Now, I love a good shout. Lord knows I can pick them up and put them down with the best of them. But at the end of the day, when I'm picking up and put it down, I know I got to put some action behind what it is that I'm seeking the good Lord for. I can't just name it and claim it and think I'm going to have it like that. I got to work towards it. And if you looked at some of my other videos, one of the things you can do by working towards it, because I told you, when you see this background right here, I'm in a teaching mood. So that means you got to have your handy dandy notebook. You got to have your pen. And let me tell y'all, we did the video on the lucky hand on November 8th. Wrote it down, honey. Taught it to you all, honey. And guess what? I'm happy to report I got my blessing, my breakthrough, and everything that I was looking for. Because see, guess what? As I'm teaching you, I was showing you how to do this thing. And it's called the Thanksgiving Lucky Hand that I once taught. It working for me. I don't teach you nothing that I know that don't work, because get this, I test it out. Even with my products and my services, I'm the first one to test it out, because I'll never, ever advertise something that's going to work for you that I would not test. Because get this, doing spiritual work, being an alchemist, that's the same thing as being a scientist. You got a hypothesis. You're looking at the scientific method and making sure it works. That's right. And you have to document what you see. You have to document what you know. You got to document the results. But look, my good friends, it's almost at the 30th of the hour, and I told you all that I wasn't going to be before you long. I'm going to say what I got to say. Now, let me say this also. I might do multiple videos wearing this right here, because you know sometimes we're absent from one another, but I still got you in my heart, and I'm taking you wherever the places I am going. But sometimes I just can't be on social media, because a person who's on social media every day, chances are they're not really doing the work, because it requires concentration and different things that you can't necessarily talk about all the time on social media. And so sometimes what I'm going to have to do is going to have to do a batch of different videos to make sure that I'm being consistent, so that you know that I love you and I really am serious about this. And then sometimes I have to go away and get the work done, because I can't do all things with a camera. Some things you just can't see, and no matter how hard you try to, because you know all things are spiritual. It happens in the spiritual realm first before it happens in the natural realm. But what I was trying to say to you that I almost forgot my thoughts is this: there are universal laws. And before the late Dick Gregory parted, he used to always talk about the universal laws. If you break a universal law, and one of the ones I absolutely love in all relationships that I have is reciprocity. You know, reaping and sowing, as they talk about in the church, or what they say up in the street, y'all. You reap what you sow. All that is the same. So I try to make sure I'm sowing good seeds, and I'm only doing justified work. Because some things you do, if it don't hit you, it can hit other people that you care about in the family. And I know one thing about my work. I can stand on all 10. My work, honey. It work. But I make sure that I'm not just doing any kind of thing just to prove to you all that I am that I am. Because get what? I am that I am. If I say I can do a thing, you better know I can do it. If I say I won't do a thing, you better know it won't be done. I let my yay be my nay, be my yay, and my nay be my nay, just like in the book of James. So I hope that you will learn something for today about the leaning tree and how you just let people sin in peace. And our scripture of reference for today was Galatians 6:2. But also, because I know we talked about me being a turtle and being around people that like to drink, let me tell you what it says in the book of Timothy. It says, drink no longer water, but use a little wine for the stomach's sake and thy often infirmities. What I say? Okay, as a herbalist who sometimes like to make her own medicine and medicine for, I can't say everything on these social media streets, but the book of Timothy, first book of Timothy, chapter 5, verse 23. So let me repeat that again. 1 Timothy chapter 5, verse 23 says, drink no longer water, but use a little wine for the stomach's sake and thy often infirmities. Yes, it does say that in the word, honey. So that's why I can be a preacher and be a turtle as well and still carry other people's burdens in that way that I fulfill the law, the universal law. But this is the law of Christ. This is not a universal law. This is the law of Christ. But I also realize if I subscribe to that particular doctrine at that time, is that Jesus is the burden barrier, not Lady Q, not Aunt Marinese. So, in all things being spiritual, I got to go into the spiritual realm to make sure that I'm giving you what you need, And so I hope that I help you resolve your heavy load. And there is a church song about a heavy load and everything else. And so I give honor to all the people that I met at the Chitterling Festival in Salley, North Carolina, who welcomed me, and all my clients and my friends, and my clients' friends who welcomed me in the other cities. And even the people who I just met along the way. I had such an amazing time. Met amazing people, and I just thank you all for taking my cards, honey. Yes, and for knowing about Aunt Marinese and Lady Q in 2022 for you. So until next time, my good friends, we get ready to see ya. Peace, love, and Aunt Marinese Root Balance Hair Oil.
Here we are, closer than we ever were. Heart and soul, whatever comes.